I was a mess. I said, I can't make it. I'm in the hospital. The wrong part of fire. I'm home back there. I try to do all honors like Don Johnson. Okay, let's see. There it is. That's my dad's next 51M.
Okay, listen up. Photo ID is checked out. Then we're going to go
Chicago way. He had a book style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the track. To sing the army now, although in reveille, it's the boogie woogie bugle boy company thing. The baby's gonna do before his uncle sang. He brought it down because he couldn't jam. They get the street to understand. Because the next day the captain went out and jacked to the band. And now they're coming jobs when he was troubling. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy company thing. Toot, 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 they got a tune boogie into the front. He boogie rhythm, he had to grow an artiness to basic guitars play with him. He makes the company jump when he was troubling. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy company thing. He was some boogie woogie bugle boy company thing. And when he plays boogie woogie bugle, he was missing as a missing feet. And when he plays, he makes the company jump right to the pop. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy company thing. Julia, Julia, Jody, loaded to the pop. That's going on to the bass, the guitar is in with him. He makes the company jump when he was traveling. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy company thing.
The United States Marine Corps War Memorial, dedicated on November 10, 1954, honors all Marines who have given their lives in defense of the United States since 1775. This memorial was inspired by the iconic photograph of the second flag raising atop Mount Suribachi on February 23, 1945, during the Battle of Iwo Jima in World War II, taken by Associated Press combat photographer Joe Rosenthal. Although originally thought the 6 men captured in the photo consisted of 5 Marines and 1 Navy corpsman, interviews, research, and analysis of other photographs and video footage taken around the same time of the second flag raising has brought about identification changes for historical accuracy. In conclusion, it was determined the 6 men captured in Rosenthal's photo were all Marines. As you make your way around the north side of the memorial, it appears as if the flagpole is being raised yet again, as it was on Mount Suribachi.
Bring it home!
The World War II Memorial, dedicated on May 29, 2004, honors the service of 16 million members of the Armed Forces of the United States of America, the support of countless millions on the home front, and the ultimate sacrifice of more than 400,000 Americans. Through stone architecture and bronze sculptures, the World War II Memorial recognizes the way America served, honors those who fell, and recognizes the victory they achieved to restore freedom and end tyranny around the globe. 12 bronze bas-reliefs decorate the walls of the memorial on either side as one approaches the ceremonial plaza. These reliefs chronologically highlight the experience of the war on the home front, placed in context with the battles being waged on land, sea, and air. 56 granite columns representing each U.S. state and territory at the time of World War II, ring an impressive rainbow pool located in the heart of the memorial. Quotes by presidents, authors, and commanding officers, references to theaters, campaigns, and battles, and 2 massive victory pavilions representing the Atlantic and Pacific theaters chronicle the efforts Americans undertook to win the war. Within the victory pavilions, a large rendering of the World War II Victory Medal is centered upon the memorial floor. Directly above the Victory Medal, 4 stately American bald eagles, symbols not only of our nation, but of the armed forces, holds aloft an ancient symbol of victory, a laurel wreath. As one glances over the rainbow pool from the balcony of the Victory Pavilions, your field of vision is captured by a wall of 4,048 gold stars on the west side of the memorial, reminding all of the supreme sacrifice made by over 400,000 Americans to make that victory possible. This memorial, thus stands as a testament and tribute to the legacy of the greatest generation.
Color Guard, present colors.
Colors! Halt! Colors! Present! Arms!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Will now join us in saying the Pledge of the Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, flag which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
Guards! Right shoulder! Arms!
If you would now bow your heads and join us in a moment of silence. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. On behalf of a grateful nation, Honor Flight Chicago, we thank you for your service, and please enjoy the rest of your day.
Built in the style of the Parthenon, the Lincoln Memorial, dedicated May 30th, 1922, has inspired generations. A 19-foot tall statue of President Abraham Lincoln gazes out from the solemn chamber of his memorial. Lincoln's imposing temple is surrounded by 36 columns, each representing a state in the Union at the time of his death in 1865. The interior of Lincoln's memorial features inscriptions of this revered president's most important speeches, the Gettysburg Address, and his second inaugural speech. Above these speeches are the murals named Emancipation and Unity. On the wall behind the Lincoln statue is an inscription that reads, "In this temple, as in the hearts of the people for whom he saved the Union, the memory of Abraham Lincoln is enshrined forever."
Get me in trouble this way.
The Korean War Veterans Memorial, dedicated July 27, 1995, commemorates the sacrifices of millions of Americans and Allied partners who fought during the Korean War. The memorial's Wall of Remembrance contains over 2,500 photos, selected from the National Archives, of men and women who served in the Korean War. 19 stainless steel statues, standing in a field of juniper bushes and polished granite strips, represents a platoon on patrol marching through rice paddies and over rough Korean terrain. Each statue stands 7 feet tall, weighing nearly 1,000 pounds, representing the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps, and are proportionate to the percentage of participation in the Korean War by each branch. When combined with their reflection in the Wall of Remembrance, there is a total count of 38 figures, representing the 38th parallel, forming the border between North and South Korea. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall, dedicated on November 11, 1982, honors the men and women who served in the Vietnam War from 1959 until 1975. The memorial wall chronologically lists the names of more than 58,300 Americans who gave their lives in service to their country fighting in Vietnam and Southeast Asia, as well as those who were listed as missing in action during the war. 2 arms consisting of 70 panels each form a wide V shape, with the eastern wall extending toward the Washington Monument and the western wall directed toward the Lincoln Memorial. Next to the names of those declared fallen, you will find a diamond shape etched in the granite. Next to those considered missing in action, you will find a cross. If a person currently marked as MIA returns alive, a circle would be etched around the cross. If the service member's remains are identified, a diamond would be superimposed over the cross. The In Memory plaque, dedicated on November 10, 2004, honors the men and women who served in Vietnam and later died from causes related to the war. Dedicated in 1993, the Vietnam Women's Memorial, portraying 3 women caring for a fallen soldier, pays tribute to the more than 265,000 women who served during the Vietnam era and is the first memorial in Washington, D.C. honoring women's military service. Young, armed, and wearing jungle combat gear, the 3 servicemen statue, dedicated on November 11, 1984, stands as a permanent watch over the wall. Veterans have stated, while there are distinguishing characteristics for each man, they still feel like they could be any soldier. It was the first representation of an African American on the National Mall.
One more, Tony. It's our pleasure.
Hey, we've been around forever, haven't we?
Opened in 2003, the Stephen F. Udvar-Hazy Center, located next to Dulles International Airport in Northern Virginia, serves as a partner facility to the National Air and Space Museum, located in Washington, D.C. The 2 locations together attract more than 8 million visits per year, making the National Air and Space Complex the most popular museum in the United States. This expansive museum consists of 3 hangars. The Boeing Aviation Hangar houses dozens of historically significant aircraft and artifacts, including the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird and the Concorde. The James S. McDonnell Space Hangar houses dozens of spacecraft, including the Space Shuttle Orbiter Discovery. A more recently added hangar, the Mary Baker Engine Restoration Hangar, is where scientists and engineers work to restore artifacts from the Air and Space Museum's massive collection.
I'm John Patak, a member of the leadership team with Honor Flight Chicago. And on behalf of our organization, I wanted to thank all of you for being here and taking this trip with us today. What a special day today was. It's been 22 months since our last flight. Today was our 96th flight and the start of our 13th season. We couldn't be more excited and proud to be the first hub to return to service, to return to our mission of flying our senior war heroes to our nation's capital to see the memorials that were built in their honor. It was a long day, and rain or shine, you guys you did awesome. So you pat yourselves on the back. What an amazing day we saw. We did a lot, and we saw a lot of great things, and we worked together as a team, and it was quite impressive. I want to thank all of our volunteers, our orange shirts at Midway and at Dulles, our ground crew, who did such an amazing job in their dedication, getting to the airport, setting up, and setting everything up so we get our day started well and finish well at Dulles. I want to thank all the volunteers and the countless hours that go in behind the scenes, thousands of man hours, to put on an endeavor like this. We truly have the best volunteers in the world, the most dedicated and best volunteers in the world. When the pandemic shut down our flights early last year, our volunteers got creative. They went into the community, they did it in a safe and socially distanced way, and they engaged our veterans. They let them know we were thinking about them and we wanted to help keep them safe. And for that, I am so thankful to Honor Flight Chicago's volunteers. The many groups, we have our blue shirts, our photo team and our video team, our red shirts. What a great job our red shirts did today, keeping us safe through the elements. And a special shout out to this group for all they've done, how they through the pandemic continually stepped into harm's way to help us safely navigate such an uncertain world. You truly are our heroes as well. I'd like to thank our leadership back in Chicago and our leadership in D.C. for just putting on such an amazing day. No detail, no stone was left unturned to make sure that our veterans, our true heroes, were well taken care of today. Our guardians did a great job. We started out the day talking about working as a team, and that's what I saw. They ensured that our senior war heroes had the best day possible, but most importantly, the safest day possible. So thank you very much to our guardians for working as a team today to make that happen. I'd like to thank our sponsors and our donors for their continued generosity and their support of our mission to make this happen. But most importantly, I'd like to thank our gray shirts, our senior war heroes, our World War II, our Korean War, and our Vietnam War heroes. Thank you for your service and sacrifice. The courage you had so many decades ago to defend this great country, to inspire future generations of military heroes that will protect our country and continue to make it the greatest country in the world. Thank you for having the courage to join us here in our nation's capital to see the memorials that were built in your honor. You are our true heroes and continue to inspire us. When you were far away from home, back those years in the past, in a different zip code, or across the sea, and what was your favorite 2 words to hear? Yes, mail call. Mail call. We have mail call for each and every one of you. Mr. Brazil. Mr. Brookman. Mr. Bulchholz. Mr. Buckler. Mr. Durance. Mr. DeKosla. Mr. Duntman. Mr. Edenhofer. Mr. Edmonds. Mr. Edwards. Mr. Bro. Obi Bro. Mr. Aguana. Mr. Baden. Mr. Baker. Mr. Barnes. Mr. Bartlett. Mr. Bell. Mr. Foriati. Mr. Fisher. Mr. John Fisher. Mr. Leonard Fisher. Mr. Flochaus. Mr. Furman. Mr. Garcia. Mr. Garhan. Mr. Jedniak. Mr. Benny. Mr. Benkowski. Mr. Hanna. Mr. Hardy. Mr. Harkin. Mr. Hessick. Mr. Hickey. Mr. Hofecki. Mr. Bott. Mr. Signer. Mr. Donald Johnson. Don Johnson.
John, welcome home. Thank you. You have a good day? Yeah, very good. sir.
she was. Got what no one else had. Whoa! She's got it. Yeah, baby, she's got it. Well, I'm your Venus. I'm your fire and your desire. What you need? All I need. All I'm asking is for a little respect when you just a little bit, baby. Just a little bit. You gotta hold down. Just a little bit. This time. Just a little bit. Ain't gonna do you wrong. Why you gone? Ain't gonna do you wrong. 'Cause I don't wanna. All I'm asking is for a little respect when you just a little bit, baby. Just a little bit. When you come and hold down. Just a little bit. Hey. Just a little bit. Now I want to give you all my love. All I'm asking in return, honey, is to give me my problems when you get home. Hey, baby, when you come and hold down. Just a little bit. Hey. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart what lies ahead. Will we have rainbows day after day? Here's what my sweetheart said. Come on, everybody. Hey, Sarah, whatever will be, will be. The future's not